as today. Free. Nobody's going to break us. We're strong. We're Ukrainians. We have a desire to see our children alive. I think it's a fair one. Yesterday, 16 children were killed. Again and again, President Putin is going to say that is some kind of operation and we are hitting a military infrastructure. Where are our children? What kind of military factories do they work at? What tanks are they going with? Or launching cruise missiles? He killed 16 people just yesterday. Dear, our people are very much motivated, very much so. We are fighting for our rights, for our freedoms, for life, for our life. And now we're fighting for survival. And this is the highest of our motivation. But we are fighting also to be equal members of Europe. I believe that today we are showing everybody that's exactly what we are. The European Union is going to be much stronger with us, that's for sure. Without you, Ukraine is going to be lonely, lonesome. We have proven our strength. We have proven that, as at a minimum, we are exactly the same as you are. So do prove that you are with us. Do prove that you will not let us go. Do prove that you indeed are Europeans. And then life will win over death, and light will win over darkness. Glory be to Ukraine.
Thank you very much for your strong message, President, for your bravery and for your conviction. I will now give the floor to the Speaker of the Ukraine Parliament, Ruslan Stefanchuk, for his intervention.
Шановні депутати та депутатки Європейського парламенту, шановна пані Голово, насамперед.
First of all, I would like to thank you for the possibility to speak, to address the European Parliament. And I would like to say, look at my back, you see the shoots that everybody sees today, the whole world sees today. 8 years ago, Ukrainian people said categorically no to the Russian aggression, to their attempt to change their way to home, to European nation, to the united European Union, to a very successful unifying process that they demonstrated during all these years. Instead, our right to develop, our right to be a democratic state that chooses itself its own way was completely ruined by the country that doesn't respect international law, international principles, that destroys territorial integrity and sovereignty. As a result, you see today very clearly amount of killed, amount of wounded. You know that the aggressor attacked Kharkiv full scale tonight. Today, other cities are being constantly under attack. You know, I think that in the history of Europe there is a crossroads. Europe is now fighting aggressor, and it is very important how this challenge will be rebuffed by the united civilization. Dear parliamentaries, I know that you will look at a whole range of serious economic sanctions that you will adopt against the aggressor. I would like you to understand that today Ukraine is defending the border of the civilized world, and God forbid Ukraine falls. Nobody knows where Russian aggressor will stop. When I was in my official suit and we were working in the parliament, and we have been taking very important reformist laws, but just today I was 4 times descending into the basement because above my 1,500-old city there are bombs, missiles, and they do everything to break Ukrainian spirit, but this wouldn't happen. So think now what can happen to Europe if the Russian horrible empire is renewed, if the European Union would be able to protect the space of freedom which was created during the last dozens of years. And what is felt in Eastern European countries now, when Russian tanks will confront their borders, to which other regions Kremlin will look after it conquers Ukraine. But I would like to call upon you to think strategically, to support the unity of European Union, to support Ukraine, to make it strategic partner, and the most important act, don't be silent. Collect all your efforts and show that Europe today is unified as never, because the threat today is like never before. And the best support to the people of Ukraine in these darkest times will be the real recognition of our European aspirations, because the membership in the European Union, even before these events that started on the 24th of February, was supported by the majority of Europeans. And this is our mandate. This is our mandate to have relationships with you, with the European Union, because the Ukrainian people have made their choice. And I'm calling upon all the member states and the leadership of the European Union to support the candidate, the aspirant status for Ukraine, which is now supported by the whole of Ukraine. You know that Vladimir Zelensky has already signed the letter with our application to membership according to Article 49 of European Union agreement. Dear friends, in the project of the resolutions of the European Parliament, there is a whole range of sanctions going to be reflected against the aggressor. I call upon you to support them, because let's together we have to confirm the Churchill expression about that there are no small people and no small countries. We know that Ukraine has proven that this slogan during the last 6 days. Let's be worthy of those people who are perishing right now for the European Union, for the future of our European house. Let's understand that there cannot be peace in Europe without Ukraine. That there could not be integral Europe without Ukraine. Glory to Ukraine. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Thank you for your words, for your courage and for your commitment to peace and parliamentary democracy. I give the floor now to the President of the European Council, Charles Michel, for his statement.
Madame la Présidente du Parlement européen, Madame la Présidente de la Commission européenne, Monsieur le Haut
President of the Commission, members of the European Parliament, dear President of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky, dear Speaker of the Ukrainian Parliament.
Les mots que vous avez exprimés
the words that you have expressed pierce our hearts and our souls and show how serious the situation is.
The
challenge is a very serious one, and the decisions that we're going to have to take together are also very serious ones, because once again blood and war have reached European soil.
Vladimir Putin launched a brutal, massive invasion of Ukraine, an unjustified and unprovoked war based on despicable lies, and he did it only for one reason. Because you, dear Volodymyr Zelensky, you, dear people of Ukraine, in Maidan, you made the choice of freedom, democracy, and rule of law. And dear colleagues, it's not only Ukraine that's under attack. International law, rules-based international order, democracy, human dignity are also under attack. This is geopolitical terrorism, pure and simple. We must support Ukraine, and we are supporting Ukraine. We must protect peace, we must protect democracy and international law. And ladies and gentlemen, our transatlantic alliance is strong, united, perfectly coordinated, and we are also working closely with the members of the G7 and with the United Nations. and more countries are engaging in an anti-war coalition along with people from around the world with one common message. Russia, stop the war, go home, let's talk. We are putting maximum pressure on Russia and its leaders. We are stepping up to support Ukraine and the Ukrainian people. I salute with all of you President Zelensky and the brave people of Ukraine for their courage and composure. And it's also our duty to rise to this historic moment. Ladies and gentlemen, we promised together that we would react quickly, that the consequences for Russia would be massive and severe, and our actions have matched our words. We have responded with massive and unprecedented sanctions. We imposed sanctions on political and military leaders, on oligarchs, on Vladimir Putin, on Sergei Lavrov. We are also taking powerful measures to severely restrict the use of the foreign currency reserve of the Russian Central Bank. We are excluding key Russian banks from the SWIFT system. And we are also imposing severe sanctions on key sectors of Russia's economy. Mais mesdames et messieurs, nous devons être honnêtes.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have to be honest about all of this. These sanctions will also impose a cost on us, and this is a price worth paying, because what's at stake is our values, our convictions, and our common future. Colleagues, obviously supporting Ukraine is mobilising financial resources. That's what we're doing, and we're going to continue to do. There's going to be an international donors conference. We also, together with our member states, be committed and engaged on the direct borders with Ukraine. We'll be helping refugees, people fleeing war and conflict, and we'll be showing our solidarity to the Ukrainian people and those who are mobilizing. But obviously, solidarity is also demonstrated via defensive military resources, which are being and will be delivered on. This was something that we decided on Saturday morning, together with the High Representative for Foreign Affairs. We decided to activate the peace facility with the support of member states, so that we can support the purchase of these defensive military equipment, which is so crucial for the Ukrainian people. Now, ladies and gentlemen, a few moments ago, President Zelensky looked us in the eyes. He opened up his heart, and he has made to officially recognise Ukraine as a candidate country. It'll be up to us as a European Union to act in accordance with the times. It's going to be difficult. We know there are different views in Europe. There are various views on this subject, and it'll be up to the European Commission to produce an opinion on the basis of which the Council will take its responsibilities on board. The Council will have to seriously look at the symbolic, political and legitimate request that's been made, and will have to make the appropriate choices in a determined and clear-headed manner. Ladies and gentlemen, when this war was launched, Vladimir Putin thought that he would break European unity. He was wrong. He probably thought that he would face inertia, paralysis, the search for excuses to avoid taking decisions. But he was wrong. When he launched this action, he probably thought that he would take Ukraine easily and rapidly, but he was wrong, because the Ukrainian people are resisting bravely. He probably thought that he would launch a fatal blow against that which we incarnate, freedom and the rule of law. But again, he's wrong. And in 1961, General de Gaulle said that every retreat excites the aggressor. It makes him redouble his pressure and makes his action easier. Western powers can best serve world peace by standing up firmly against aggression. That's the position of President Zelensky, and that's the position that we have to adopt. We have to stand firm and look at the aggressor, and we have to see President Zelensky as the incarnation of stability, security, enlightenment and European values. Thank you.
Right, you're back with me again in the studio. I'm Murad Hamami, and of course today we have got a special coverage, of course, to do with Ukraine and Russia's invasion. Now, let's start with the latest that we found out this morning. Ukraine's interior minister said an enormous explosion hit central Kharkiv on Tuesday morning, directly in front of a government building in Ukraine's second largest city, creating a large fireball that appeared in a video to engulf several cars driving through the area. Now, according to an advisor to Ukraine's interior minister, the blast hit at about 8 a.m. local time, 2 hours after the city's curfew had lifted. It was not immediately clear if there were any injuries or what caused the blast. Video of the aftermath showed a large crater in the middle of the city's cobblestoned central square. The explosion comes a day after Russian forces shelled a residential neighborhood in Kharkiv, killing at least 9 people, including a family of 5 who were burnt alive in the car.